TGICW. Thank God it's championship weekend. The second greatest weekend of the football season is on the horizon, so what better way to celebrate than to make some money? I'm Jack Gordon. Listen to my picks or don't. We'll keep it simple. Two big games, Chiefs and Ravens in the AFC Championship, Lions and 49ers in the NFC title game. We'll dive into it in just a little bit, but first let's take a peek at how he fared last semester. Over $200+ made. Jesse Cook, he had some fun with over $350. So, Ethan Frank is no longer in charge of this show, so maybe we'll make more money than we did before, and I'm also not stuck with my tall friend Austin Barrick anymore, so I suppose I can get back to making some dough like I did earlier in the year. All right, time for our big games. Let's get it going.
Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money!
All right, let's get back to the here and now. Baltimore and Kansas City square off on Sunday at 3, so what's going to happen? Well, I'll look into my crystal ball and I'll tell you. It starts with the narrative. Who does the NFL want in the Super Bowl? The Ravens or Taylor Swift? I'm not putting my tinfoil hat on for this, but just keep that in mind. The biggest star in the world could be at the world's biggest game. Just saying. All right, back to the narrative. Can we really bet against Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid? They haven't given us a reason to pick against them yet. It wouldn't feel right to pick against the best quarterback on the planet. But aside from the pass game, KC has unlocked Isaiah Pacheco. Over 300 yards in his last 3 games with a pair of touchdowns. I think he stays hot, too. I know they're on the road, but clearly, Patrick Mahomes can go into a hostile environment and take care of business. It's obvious I'm going with the script writers on this one. I think the Chiefs win, but I'll take them $10 on plus 3.5. In the NFC, San Francisco and Detroit at 6:30. This Lions run has been so incredible for the Detroit community. These tortured fans finally have something to cheer about. But I don't care. The facts don't care either. The 49ers are an absolute wagon, and they're going to destroy the Lions' defense into oblivion. Detroit gave up 6.8 yards per play to Tampa, 7.7 yards per play against LA in their last 2 games. The Lions have allowed 676 passing yards to Matt Stafford and Baker Mayfield. Now, Brock Purdy is no Tom Brady, but hey, if he's going against a Swiss cheese defense like this, that offense is going to be dangerous. Detroit gives up a lot of yards to speedy receivers. Think of Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb. I think it's a big Brandon Ayuk game, and San Francisco hits a couple of bombs down the field. Not to mention, Debo will probably play. George Kittle had 80 yards and a touchdown last time out. They also have the best running back in football, Christian McCaffrey. Big offensive explosion for the Niners. I think they cover minus 7.5. But let's take a look at what the C-Suite has for these ones. Looks like we align on San Francisco minus 7.5 to cover at home. But in the AFC, I've got the Chiefs plus 3.5. You guys have the Ravens covering minus 3.5 at home. You're going all chalk with a pair of favorites, but that's a Super Bowl rematch from the old power outage about 10 years ago. Would be fun no matter what. All right, time for our best bets. We'll start with anytime touchdowns. Now, I think it's likely that Isaiah gets a touchdown grab against the Chiefs. He's got 6 TDs in his last 6 games. We're getting this one at plus 360. Make it happen, Isaiah. $5 on it. Sticking with tight ends, how about the best rookie in the position's history? Sam Laporta has been a go-to for Jared Goff all season long. 10 TDs in the regular season, 1 more in the playoffs. Book it. Let's make it 2, and let's make it $5. 1 more anytime touchdown for you. Yeah, I said it. I'm sensing a big 49ers day. On offense, Jawan Jennings. He's not a popular touchdown pick, that's for sure. He's only scored 1 touchdown all season long, so might not be the most likely one, but we'll take another shot in the dark at $5. All right, that's what I got for anytime touchdowns. Now, let's really hop in the lab. I think I actually found some free money here. For the first time in history, the sportsbooks slipped up. Christian McCaffrey has had over 60 rushing yards in 9 straight weeks. So let's just split it in half. 30+ yards on the ground in each half at pretty good odds. This one looks like gold to me. I'm taking it to the bank. $10 at minus 135. All right, let's get a little untraditional here on the defensive side. As the great Mike Tirico, a Syracuse alum, once said, Melifonwu from Syracuse. Former Orange DB Afetu Melifonwu for the Lions. He's been big. They'll need him tackling in the open field because there will be plenty of times that the Niners move the ball. I'm taking the SU alum Melifonwu with over 4.5 tackles for $10. Now, we really look into the crystal ball here for a future bet. As you can tell, I'm confident in the Chiefs, but I'm not taking them to win the Super Bowl. Instead, I'm taking Isaiah Pacheco to score the first TD of the big game. Just picture it now. KC gets the opening kick. They march down the field. They punch it in with Pacheco to set the tone. 19-1 odds. I love it. That's my future bet. Let's see how Beat the Bookie fared last semester in the future ones. Well, looks like we got Ben Spector at the top, picking Michigan to win the Big Ten. He made about 20 bucks there, not too bad. Danny Tao, the only other one in the positive, picking Baltimore to win the AFC North. I kind of got screwed over with my Drake May Heisman pick. I saw him once in person, and I was starstruck. That one didn't hit, and I don't know what Jesse Cook was thinking. With Cincinnati to win the AFC North, I don't think so. Altogether, minus 65 with our future picks. But maybe I can try to make some of that money back. I got a big parlay cooking up. I got to stand up for this one. I've been waiting for this one the whole time. We're about to start really spending a little more on our parlays. Let's take a page out of State Farm's book and bundle Mahomes and Auto. Wait, no, that's insurance. Anyway, we're bundling Patrick Mahomes to throw at least 2 touchdowns, something he's done 10 times this season, with at least 225 passing yards, a mark he's hit 13 times. This is as free as a library, and I'm going to capitalize on our Kermit the Frog sounding friend, Patrick Mahomes. All right, moving on to the NFC side, we got one more. It's the Niners. I've talked about how I think they'll have a big day. I'm going to show them some love once again. Brandon Ayuk, 50-plus receiving yards, a speedy receiver to get past the Detroit defense. And Christian McCaffrey, 70-plus rushing yards. A pair of alt lines that we got to minus 124. I think it's pretty safe with this Fugazi Lions defense. Should be able to cash that in for a Tully's Tender Dinner, which is really all that matters in this world. All right, time to recap it all. Let's take a look at what we got. We start things off with our big games. Chiefs plus 3.5. I think they get it done on the road. And I think the 49ers cover at home too. It's over a touchdown. It's a big number, but a big offensive day. Anytime touchdowns. Isaiah Likely, Sam Laporta, a pair of tight ends getting pretty decent odds. And I think Juwan Jennings gets a big one too from Brock Purdy. Staying with the Niners, McCaffrey, we split those rushing yards in half, 30-plus in the first and 30-plus in the second. Then we go with our Syracuse guy, Efetu Melifonwu, over 4.5 tackles. Our Chiefs parlay, Mahomes, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think he gets at least 2. And then over 225 passing yards at plus money. Pretty safe in my eyes. 49ers, big offensive day like I said. Ayuk over 50 receiving yards. McCaffrey over 70 rushing yards. We round it out with our future bet. Pacheco, $5 at 19-1. Not too shabby. All right, if you ride all my bets, good luck. You're probably not that smart. If you're addicted to gambling and you need help, figure it out. That's not my problem either. What is my problem is that Taylor Swift might be the reason Travis Kelce's legs have gone a little slow this season. But let's pray for the best. Let's get a Super Bowl rematch with the Chiefs and Niners. This is Beat the Bookie. I'm Jack Gordon saying so long, and we'll see you next week.